With sounds of Fela Kuti's music, Cherif Mamadou gets sucked into his painting, something he says he has never thought of doing in his entire life. He was born in Ivory Coast, got his education in mathematics and physics in France, and has been living a life of an ordinary man, as he describes it, until he came to the United States, where a former girlfriend convinced him he's an artist.
For me, painting is like sound plus rhythm equal color. It is movement. Like in Africa, you see the lady dancing with this tail of cow, or sometimes like a cheerleader stuff. So I imagine that, say, if we put a canvas, a big canvas in front of those ladies, they're gonna do a beautiful work, because there's a movement in the body already, and this movement goes through the nerves and in the arm, and that's the expression on the canvas.
At the moment, Cherif is working on the painting of, as he says, the only queen he has known in his life, his mother. The artist usually paints with a couple of brushes, making movements on the canvas as he dances. He says he can even paint to the sound of silence.
There's no silence in life. There's no silence. There's music all the time. Nature is always singing for you. Because you're part of nature, so those part of nature singing, you got to sing with them, you got to dance with them.
In his studio in the historic Mount Pleasant neighborhood of Washington, D.C., or on the streets around the U.S. Capitol, Cherif's style of painting doesn't change.
My style is what I call the chaos. The chaos. In chaos, there's mathematics in it. There's order. It's because our brain is not organized. We don't try to understand the chaos. We call it chaos. My work takes place on the street. When you look at the street, what order do you see? Do you see any order? Some go there, some come here, some cross this. And if you take a plane, you go above, it is beautiful.
There's part of his African heritage, as well as part of his European heritage in Cherif's paintings. He says sometimes his inspiration might come from movies, from something like the sound of a gunshot. But mainly, says Cherif, he's expressing the voices of people who are suffering.
Suffering can be shown from beautiful color. Suffering elevates us if we know how to take it. You cannot have the money, but you can be happy than anybody who has million. So when I dance, the suffering in me come beautiful, with beautiful and strong color, because it is my soul. So my soul is beautiful, like yours, like everybody's soul. There's no dirty soul, they're beautiful soul.
Cherif says he dreams of a music club that would allow him to paint on its walls while other people are partying. But until that comes his way, he'll continue working on the streets of Washington. And he says the next painting he wants to lay down on canvas will be inspired by famine in the Horn of Africa. Viktorija Rinkeviciute for VOA News, Washington.